Welcome to 1 minute Kannada class. This is actually not a Kannada class but just a video to answer the frequently asked questions. Um, the most frequently asked question is around Kannada class as to how I started it and what are the challenges, what motivates me and stuff like that. So I thought I'll make a video on that. And the advantage of this video is that I don't have time ticking. I can just go on and on. So this might be by far the longest video on my channel. Uh, so if you feel that this isn't teaching you anything or it's boring, please feel free to skip it. It's totally okay. Anyways, how did I start teaching Kannada is the day I joined my current organization, my office, is the day Kannada classes were starting there, and I thought it would be nice of me to, just go there and support the cause, and that's why I went there. But by the end of 1 hour, I was also a co-tutor. Very soon, I ended up becoming the main Kannada teacher because the seniors thought that they had gotten enough opportunities to teach Kannada, and the youngsters should start, contributing something, and they should get an opportunity, which was really kind of them. And that's how I started teaching Kannada. Of course, I had a lot of love for languages, in the sense that by my own I have learned a lot of languages after I have been an adult. It's not that it's in my subconscious memory. So that I think helped in a way that since I knew the students' mother tongue, I could translate a word from Kannada to their mother tongue. So I think that helped. And also, since I have been a student of another language, say I have to frame a sentence in Tamil, I exactly know where I would get stuck while learning that language, or where I would get stuck in Marathi while learning that language. So the reverse of that is what I used to think of, as their mother tongue is maybe Marathi and they have to learn Kannada now. And maybe that helped, and students really connected to it. And I started getting compliments, which I really hadn't expected at that point in time. And people also started noticing my love for languages, which was a nice thing. But there were a few challenges as to finding a common time where all the students were comfortable, or if one student misses one class, what would happen. So that is why thoughts started coming in my head saying, what if we just pre-record it and post it, and maybe put it on social media so that anybody who's interested can watch it. And I already had a music channel by then, so I um, had realistic expectations. One is, you're not going to be overnight viral unless you like promote it, or you dedicate your life to that. So that was something I was sure of. The other thing I knew was that the shorter the content, the better it is in today's era. So I thought short content, and Instagram didn't have reels, but it only used to support 1 minute video. The longer ones would go into IGTV where the viewership was less. So I knew 1 minute. Plus the idea sounded cool, like, I'll teach you Kannada in 1 minute was really cool, is what I felt. And so I thought, okay, 1 minute videos I'm posting. But the name I hadn't decided. I just opened a channel, and I was still about to post videos on that. I tried to search my own channel, which was not available. And that's when I decided that the name has to be really catchy and the search has to find it. And I was certain that the name has to be an English name and a very simple name, because the first step of learning Kannada, which is memorizing my class's name, has to be simple for the students. If it's like an ultra complicated name, then I don't know if they would be interested to learn the language anymore. So that was the idea, and I was trying to explain it to someone, saying, I'm thinking of a 1 minute Kannada class format, and that is when this phrase 1 minute Kannada class stuck, and I thought self-explanatory and catchy, and that's how I named it. As against my general, uh, you know, uh, my approach towards names is really bad. I have a problem memorizing people's names, or coming up with a good name is always a problem. But this, I think I've done my best, is what I believe. So that's how the journey of Kannada classes started, and the amount of love I got from people and the amount of support I have gotten from my friends is really something that I never ever expected. Um, if I meet someone even today who doesn't know Kannada, I kind of hesitate a little bit to, tell them that I have this channel and please watch it, because I don't want to, I don't want them to take me otherwise. But my friends have been really proactive in suggesting it to everyone they know who doesn't know Kannada, which is a really, really nice thing. And it's only because of their support that I have been able to still continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm ever grateful to everyone who's been supportive towards Kannada class. Now the difficulties that I had to face initially is that actually 80-90% of the things became simple because of this decision. But one thing is, my in-person students knew a certain amount of Kannada already, and I knew how much they knew exactly. So starting an online class would mean that I have to start from scratch. So initially this would disinterest them till the point where I start teaching them things that they didn't know. That was one. And the other thing is, I am a generally very happy-go-lucky and jovial person, and my class is full of life and jokes and fun and frolic, as against the 1 minute Kannada class format where I'm like, 1 minute Kannada class ke swagata nanu charita, and so they were like, what is wrong with you, why are you so serious? But my thought behind that was that one thing is that my in-person students know the seriousness I have towards this mission, and they also won't take my jokes in a bad way, and it's a controlled environment. And when you're putting out a video on social media, first is you don't want to weigh down the seriousness of this mission. Plus, they don't know who I am, and I can't be randomly cutting jokes to make it sound like I am not serious about what I'm doing. So, at least initially, I kept it a little serious, and I really don't think I can ever be as jovial as I am in person on something that's on camera. So that is there, but now my students have also gotten adjusted to this format. Um, so yeah, they were the initial hiccups. Other than that, I think now it's absolutely nothing, and except for the fact that I'll have to make some time to suddenly record it. But most of it is extempore. I have in mind as to what would be my next video, and suddenly when I find time and find the interest to do it, I just randomly record it. So that way it is fine. And advantages of Kannada class is that um, the sudden amount of love and appreciation you receive from everybody really makes you feel good. And also this is something that I do with a certain amount of detachment as compared to even my music channel. My music channel, I've learned music from childhood, and I would be at least a little curious to see as to what the response is on a particular music video. But here there's a certain amount of detachment, saying this is the series that I have come up with and I'm posting it, and if I get compliments I'm happy, if I don't get, it doesn't matter either. So when you do it with certain amount of detachment and you still get a lot of love and compliments, you feel very happy. That is one advantage. The other advantage is, like I said, I am like a happy-go-lucky jovial person, which has a side effect sometimes, which is though I am like really studious and serious about my academics and also my office work today, which people near me know, but many of them also, because of this happy-go-lucky nature, make some assumptions sometimes, saying that I'm not really serious with what I do, or I'm not really serious with life, or things like that. But to take away that opinion, the right from the very first 1 minute Kannada class video, people have suddenly got to know the serious side of me, and also the amount of dedication and passion I have towards studies or my work and academics and all that. So that makes me happy. And also suddenly there's an opinion now saying, because I take these classes, my communication skills are great. I don't know if they're really great, but that is an illusion that I would not like to clear or clarify. If people assume so, I am happy they are doing so. So that is there. Disadvantages, not many. Disadvantages of having a Kannada class, what could be the disadvantages? One is that you'll have to make some time and be consistent in material of how you're feeling. As in, there may be times where your work is hectic, and there may be some times where you're occupied in something else, and some days where you don't feel motivated enough yet, you'll have to put out the videos. And the other thing is trolls. So 95% is all love, 5% trolls, and even in that 5%, 90% of the trolls I just laugh at it and leave it. But when there are really bad words, like as a Kannada teacher, there would be bad words that I myself am not aware of in the Kannada dictionary, and that really is not a nice thing to see, and I don't like it. And also, the most illogical troll ever is that I get trolled for teaching Kannada in English because they expect me to teach Kannada in Kannada, which obviously is like teaching gravity to Newton, who would already know it, but that's why I feel it to be illogical. But other than that, I think I am fine with it. There are also other minor trolls saying, why do you always have like a sports jersey and make your videos both music and Kannada? And they're all things that you don't wouldn't want to take it seriously or don't want to get hurt. But when there is something as trivial as why you teach Kannada in English, then that is something that kind of bothers you. But I think that's okay. That's part of the game, and we'll have to take it sportively. Also, is what I believe. And yeah, what motivates me is just the response I get from people all the time. Initially, like I said, it was not like the motive of my life to be teaching Kannada. I just got an opportunity and I have been completely loyal to it. But when there are things like there is a trial, and the very next moment you see a compliment, that is what motivates you, as against this demotivating thought. So that is how it is. And people ask me about the movies that I suggest. So movies are a cause and effect of why I have learned some languages, because I enjoyed movies, I wanted to understand them better, I ended up learning that language maybe, and because I watched movies, I was able to learn the language faster. So I believe that Kannada movies would be a very fast means of teaching you Kannada, and that is why I keep posting movie for the week. And also that's because of my inherent love towards movies, and I've been a really big fan of movies, and that's also another reason why I do that. Song for the day, yes, for the love of music. But one fun fact is that movies 90-95% are the ones that I have liked, and that's why I post them. But songs are really the ones that are trending, or the ones that are melodious. It's not always my favorite song because I am very, very classical music inclined, and most of the songs I post are just pleasant to hear, but they are not like my hot favorite always. But I think that it would be nice if people could be aware of the Kannada songs. I don't expect them to get into the detail of understanding every word in the song, but just be familiar with Kannada music, and that is the reason. And what next for 1 minute Kannada class is that I would like to have the narration languages in other languages, like Telugu narration of Kannada, or Tamil narration of Kannada. But again, that is going to take a lot of time, and also I should really make sure it is not confusing anybody in any way, because if there would be too many versions of the same video, it shouldn't be confusing and easy to find. So that is on my mind right now. And the most important thing is consistency. The very fact that from 4 years I have been consistently posting either like 4 videos in a month or 1 video per week itself needs a lot of discipline. So if I can consistently continue to do the same thing over a period of time, that itself would be an achievement, is what I believe. And yeah, I think I'm really happy for the support from everybody and the way my channel is growing, and I wish to continue the same. And I am very sure I am not making any uh, long videos like this in the near future, but thank you for watching. If you reached the end, I'll definitely come up with another series on 1 minute Kannada class soon. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.